Hello and welcome to the U2 show. We're kind of live from BC Ferries right now because I'm on my way back to the studio, but I'm not quite there yet, so you're going to have to bear with me. We've got lots coming up for you on the show today, but in the meantime, I got to get back, so take a look at this.
Made it! Just in time too, because we got lots of stuff coming up on tonight's U2 show. A little bit later on, I'm going to be making a very important announcement about your real news, some changes that'll be happening there. Also, you may remember when I first started the show a couple of years ago that I said the whole reason it was called the U2 show was because U2 could be involved in the making of it. And since then, we've gathered a small crew of people who are now contributing to the show on a regular basis. And you're going to see a lot more hilarious comedy in the weeks to come. But first, we're going to take our very, very first commercial break on the show. Yes, I know we never actually showed commercials on this show before, but yeah, we're hitting the big time now. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with your real news right after this.
J-Tel presents Today's Popular Hits, sung by Gregorian monks. This 2-disc CD-DVD set contains over 130 of your most favorite pop songs, made famous by artists such as Kanan.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
Not since Engelbert Humperdinck covered Iron Maiden has music come so close to godliness.
Are we human, or are we dancer? My signs are vital.
You'll be amazed, surprised, and even a little confused when you hear your favorite pop songs done in Gregorian style. Songs like this.
No, 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 don't funk with my heart.
And this.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you?
Don't you think you're gonna love this album? Just listen to what people are saying.
My grandchildren got me this CD as a present, and I thought it was some sort of a joke. It wasn't.
My daughter got me this CD for my birthday. I wish she hadn't.
Yeah, I really like alternative music, but like, this was like way too alternative.
This exclusive YouTube offer is not available in stores, and with good cause. Plus, if you call this number on your screen right now, you'll even get a free bottle of scotch and a handy package of earplugs to enhance your listening experience.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
I'd rather have another stroke than listen to this album again.
Shake that ass for me, shake that ass for me.
Get your popular hits sung by Gregorian monks today for 3 easy installments of only $49.99 plus shipping and handling.
There's like no amount of pop brownies that would make this enjoyable.
Jelly, I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. 'Cause my body is too bootylicious for you.
Order now. The operator is standing by.
The best part is when it ends.
Good evening, and welcome to Your Real World. The first thing you're going to notice about tonight's segment is that I've changed the name of this segment from Your Real News to Your Real World, and that's because I don't want to confuse people about the information that's being presented here. This isn't news that you're going to hear about in the mainstream media, simply because it's not reported. But if you do a little bit of research, as I've done, you'll discover that this is really what's going on in the world. And like I said, if you do some research, just don't take my word for it. Get out there and do your own research, and you can draw your own conclusions as to whether or not you really believe it. Now, like I said, this type of news isn't reported in the mainstream media, and for good reason, but sometimes there are exceptions, and such an exception happened recently with the CBC when they did an in-depth investigation on this HARP project. And tonight we're going to continue with part 2 of our 3-part series on that particular project, and we're going to find out who's actually behind this project and what was it actually built for. Let's take a look.
HARP is a non-classified project run not by Bernard Eastland, but by the U.S. Army and Navy. The official HARP story is told by one man, John Heckscher.
It consists of several types of transmitting instruments and numerous scientific instruments that study the natural ionosphere and the ionosphere that has been perturbed by the instruments that we are building.
The ionosphere is a sea of electrically charged particles in the upper atmosphere, and the instrument is a powerful radio wave transmitter.
Does it have any military applications?
The site itself is strictly a scientific research site. Perhaps the outcome of some of the science, perhaps some of the results, could be applied in a military systems.
Just a little physics project? Jim Roderick isn't buying it. He's been gunning for the real goods on HARP, and his weapon is the internet.
The military is incapable of doing pure science. Science is conducted by them for application in weapon systems, for no other reasons.
From his shack in the middle of an Alaskan village, Jim and his co-conspirators around the globe have been tapping into databases. They've dredged up hundreds of long-buried scientific reports and even some internal documents from the military. They call it the world's first techno-protest, and they did it all on the military's own baby, the net.
Plans for HARP activities correlate with projections of what can be done in the Eastland patents. It's that simple.
So it's not a coincidence?
It's not a coincidence.
Well, I hate to disagree with you, but it's not his patent that we're building. Superficially, yes, they send energy up into the ionosphere, but the Eastland patents require huge, prodigious, in fact, amounts of power, like 100 billion watts.
Remember that number, 100 billion watts. You'll hear it again later.
HARP requires only 3 million watts.
There is a paper trail leading us back to Eastland.
No, there is not. There is no paper trail that I'm aware of that's leading back to Eastland. Eastland used to be an employee of the company which is building HARP, but that's pure coincidence.